Hey there guys, this is Apex and Sonic Starcraft here, bringing you some 1v1. Alright, so if you've seen my previous video, I'm still sick right now. I might have a little bit of a cough in some time in this cast, but don't mind me that those coughs and colds won't stop me from doing this cast right now. Alright now, so let's get down to the players. So, these two players are playing on Frost best out of 3. So, spawning on the top left hand side corner as the red Zerg. He's going to be Bigbud representing C4. Probably going to be seeing some banelings exploding. And now, as his opponent spawning on the right hand side corner on Frost as the yellow Terran player, it's going to be Dark. Now, I think I did cast another player as Dark, but this is a different person, so don't get confused by those two players. Well, two names, I think. Alright, so now, if you've seen my previous videos, I'll go down to map positions. So now, on Frost, it's got 4 locations that you can spawn on. So, obviously this is one right here, one at the bottom right hand side corner, one at the bottom left hand side corner, and one at the top left hand side corner. And now, obviously, in most StarCraft maps, you've got a ramp leading down to a natural, and most of the maps you've got a third or a fourth. That's a third that you could take, or a third you can take over here. It depends where you want to expand. You can go closer to your opponent or a tad back. But as you see, Bigbud is already scouting out with his Overlord cross spawns, but he's also seeing a drone to the top right hand side corner, and he will be scouting this base. So he's probably going to see there's no early Reaper aggression because there's no gas going on, but already we're going to be seeing a orbital command center, as you see, and already Dark is not producing any Marines yet, but he's probably gonna go for an early expansion. There we go, there's the early expansion. But as you see, Bigbud is already going to get his spawning pool out, plus with gas, plus with on top of that a hatchery. So we might see early aggression, and also with medevac boost. So we're going to be seeing quick Zerglings going to be popping out. But this drone is going to be heading back home with that one mineral in his hand. And he's going to be escorting this SCV back home. That shouldn't be intentional, because I think he forgot about this drone collecting that one mineral patch. But also, he's going to probably get a nice surround on this SCV. Yes, he is. Probably going to back up on one drone, but it still survives and still gets one kill out of that. And as you see already, Bigbud is going to be spawning in 2 queens and 6 zerglings, and if we see back home for Dark, he's already going to get a bunker up, and he's already producing 1 marine at a time. Should have got another bunker up because he's got quite a few of money, and for some reason he's going to go for another supply depot, so he's going to be doing an early wall. And as you see here, already medevac boost is going to be coming out for Bigbud right now, but also we might be seeing early tech, mainly mech, well not tech, sorry. So there's the factory coming out for Dark, so we're going to be seeing probably early mech army. And already the second orbital command center is coming out for Dark. If we go to the income tab right now, it's pretty much even in the minerals, but for the gas, Dark has got more gas coming in. But it's not saturated well, it's a little bit saturated at the main, but he's just popping down more and more supply depots, I think. But that's an engineering bay, so I don't know either if he's going to go for a mech, or is he, I don't know really. But he's definitely sticking to Marine and Hellions. But for back home, it's just Zerging, so there's no tech switch into early Roaches at this stage. As you see, he's just going to be producing drones at the natural and main, so get that nice saturation going. And there's a queen injecting lava at the main as well and at the natural. And we're seeing early turns coming up. Maybe thinking there's going to be an early mutas at this stage, but I think you can't get mutas at this point. I think you can't. I'm not that confident. But as you see, already we're going to be seeing a reactor Panther coming out for this barrack. So we're going to be probably seeing mainly Marines and Hellions. This first Hellion is going to be running across the map, probably going to be scouting any additional Zerglings, and these Zerglings are running back home. If we look at the units tab right now, 15 Zerglings to 2 Hellions, but one's already out across the map. If we go back to the production right now, for some reason Bigbud is going to be spawning in 22 Zerglings against 1 Hellion. It shouldn't be that of a big difference. But as you see, this 1 Hellion is going to be scouting this 3rd base, so we're not going to be seeing any aggression. But as you see, 22 Zerglings are going to be popping out. That 1 Hellion, I think, didn't kill any Zerglings in that group right there. But as you see, Bigbud's probably going to be pushing back. No, he's going to be hanging around at the tower, and we're going to be seeing some tanks coming out for Dark right now. And also, he's going to be getting out of Starport. And if we look here, there's going to be double evolution turbo in the main for Bigbud, and we're going to be seeing some roaches on the way. So fairly soon we're going to be seeing some roaches, and we're seeing another command center. So this is already the 3rd command center popping out for Dark right now, and still producing drones for Bigbud, but also going for +1 attack and armor, and also popping out some roaches. And we're going to be seeing double armory, so we're going to be seeing double upgrades on mech for early mech army. So even if he doesn't have a 3rd base, he's going to go for double upgrades on mech. And plus he's also got the +1 attack for just the normal bio troops. As you see, we're going to be seeing more Vikings in the game, so these Vikings can do some damage against Overlords, might get some supply block, but I don't know where these roaches are going. Maybe probably seeing there's going to be a 3rd, but he's also got a Zergling just hanging there, just making sure there's no 3rd base. And over here, it's still while roaches are just going around, and we're going to be seeing blue flames for the Hellions coming out soon. And we're going to be seeing some Hydras, so we might see the normal standard play for a Zerg player, Roach Hydra. And still haven't finished that +1 upgrades for Bigbud right now. But we're going to be seeing early Thor is going to be popping out for Dark right now. So we're going to be seeing Thor and Tank and Bite. We're going to see a mixture of things. And as you see, there's the Changeling. Bigbud just saw pretty much everything in the main right now. He saw there's a 3rd command center. But these Hellions just got surrounded by these Zerglings. Shouldn't have backed up on that and go back to the ramp where there's some tanks with some firepower. Should have at least, but he could have done some harassment right now, Bigbud, with his Zerglings and some roaches, but should keep on producing, because as you see right now, Dark is spending his money, but Bigbud is saving his minerals, but he needs those minerals to build an army. As you see, the first Thor is here. There's the first Thor in the game. It looks pretty big, doesn't it? That Thor is massive compared to like that tank. Probably double the size of that tank over there. And as you see here, we're gonna see Bigbud just hanging around at the lower ramp where there's some rocks that you can do a wall against there. If an army comes down through this ramp and you can destroy that rocks in time, those rocks will destroy your opponent's army. This overseer does see there's a 3rd base going down, and then now Bigbud is going to be cancelling this base, or he has to lift up, but this bunker is under attack and there's no cancel from that bunker. He just lost a couple of minerals, and that overseer just surviving from that missile turret. As you see, there's going to be a couple of Hydras, but still popping out mech units for Dark, so I think he's going to be sticking around with just mech. And there's the +1 upgrade, so +1 attack and +1 armor for his mech army. That one Zergling just got killed and those trees are on fire. So I think if you had Zergling down at the ramp with there's trees at the front, and I think Hellions can destroy trees while burn them, so that's a nice little couple of seconds animation for Blizzard. So as you see, we got a couple of Vikings just in case if there's some neuters, and still producing drones for Bigbud right now. But there's Bigbud's army right there. He's still going Roach Hydras and a couple of Zerglings, but he's also working on his third down here. And that is natural. He's got no defense, and for some reason he's got Hydras in this corner for some reason. Maybe waiting for a drop. But there's a bunch of Overlords just at the main right here, and also working on +2 upgrade. And also, for some reason he's also making a third evolution chamber, maybe getting that third upgrade going, getting started. But also he's going to go for a 4th base at the north and a 5th base at the south right now. But still sticking to mech army. Dark is just sticking to mech army. If we go to the income tab right now, it's favoring Bigbud right now. But if we go to the army value right now, Dark has got a massive army. And that one Zergling is just harassing this orbital command center, but it won't destroy it, at least for now. But as you see, Bigbud's still hanging around at the front here. He's also got one Zergling at the 4th, and he's got also an Overseer watching this bridge. That's a nice little details. I don't know if I can get through. That's nice little lava, I think that is, of magma with some rocks and shards and stuff. But as you see, there's a counter attack for Bigbud right now, but he might be getting a concave. But as you see, Dark with his nice position with his tank holding this ramp off, and that tank is just surviving. But he did lose a couple of tanks. If we look at the loss tab, there's a bit of a turnover, but Dark is just coming back in the minerals now. He's saving his army, but should have pushed on because he knew that Bigbud had lost his army, but probably thinking there's still a massive army back home. That was only the first wave, but now he's going to be sending his whole entire army across the map. But I don't know where they're headed. They're probably just gonna hang around in this corner for now and bunch up. And probably gonna hit the 2nd base or the 3rd base. But right now we're gonna be seeing ultras in the last second in game, and there's the +3. But also Bigbud is just about to finish. Well, not Bigbud, sorry. Dark is about to finish his +2 mech. There kicks in. Those Hydras are just melting away, but also those Marines are doing a lot of damage, as you see. And still, mech army is still going across the map with some Marines backing up. And so Bigbud is probably going to be losing all these drones. Should have backed off and at least escort them down to the south hatchery to the 5th. I'm going to say this south hatchery is going to be his 5th base. The north one up here at the top is going to be his 4th. And already 6 Hydras are going to be spawning in. And there's a couple of roaches and Zerglings at the natural, sorry. And we're going to be reinforced with ultras. So we're going to be seeing some ultras in the last second. These Zerglings are just running across the map. As you see, that one started to fly, and I think he believed that he can fly, but not with medevac boost. I don't know where that scan landed, but there's a scan, and he did see that ultralist coming out. And we might see a nice concave for Bigbud. But as you see, Dark has already got a, I think, we'll say that's a 4th command center in, well, 5th, wow, that's a lot of command centers. But if we go to the upgrades now, well, both players already got +2 upgrades, and there's a counterattack for Bigbud right now. Bigbud, he's going to be taking out this 3rd base. But also Dark is going to be doing a base race, running into maybe the main. But you see, these ultras are going to be running into the 2nd base right now, the natural. But if he can just pop up his supply depot, but I think he's just concentrating at the main. Should have at least popped up the supply depot, maybe just bide him some time. But these SCVs are just getting cut down by those ultras. If we look at the loss tab, it's double the loss for Bigbud right now. If Dark just backs up right now, because he knows that he could win this. He's got a bigger army value right now. He's tripling his army value. As you see, these ultras are just hanging straight through the main right now. And that's a nice little wall with that tech lab, making sure that some of those ultras don't get through. But these ultras are just cutting down these workers right now. This ultra is on 10 kills. This ultra is on 15. So these ultras are assassins right now. And for some reason, Dark is not responding to this counter attack, this base race. Dark should be retreating back home, but he's probably going to take out this last and only base. I don't know where he's going. Yes, he is. As you see, he's going to be doing that attack move. But Dark has also got this base at the bottom right-hand side corner and popping a lot of supply depot with this one SCV. But as you see, these command centers are just floating away, and these factories. So pretty much all these buildings are just floating away, and these starport might go down. No, so this supply depot is going to go down. But there's going to be the standoff. These Vikings are just landed down to take down this hatchery, and it just goes back up into the air mode. You see, these ultras need to come at the front right now. These roaches are just blocking the path for these ultras. They're not getting the good surround that they need, but they are killing a lot of marines. But this mech army is too powerful for Bigbud right now, because as you see, Dark is just rushing through and just wipes out everything, and now Bigbud just goes for the GG. And as you see, the first game goes to Dark, and I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time in the second game.